Hey everybody, welcome to the Family Friday. So the verse of the week this week is Psalm 3. There was 3 key ideas we kind of got out of that psalm. First and foremost, that psalm talks about facing foes. And we talked about how that foes can mean like a literal physical person that we're fighting, but it also can mean like a fear that's holding us back from becoming who God made us to be. We talked about how whenever we face a fear like that, we kind of have 2 options. I told a story about how whenever I was in middle school, I was at a summer camp trying to do this rope climbing course. And I remember climbing up halfway there, and I was terrified of heights, especially back then. And I got halfway up, and I could not go any further. I was like, all right, I'm done. I got this far. I'm good. But the person who was belaying me kept encouraging me to go just a little bit farther. And we did this probably 5 or 6 times. I'm sure I drove him crazy because it took me forever to get up the thing. But we kept doing it, and I truly believe that person was a godsend to me, because that memory of being able to conquer that fear has helped me totally face that fear. And now I'm not near as scared of heights as I was. And whenever I do have to face heights, face that fear, I have the tools kind of in my head to know I can overcome that. I can beat it. We talked about how whenever we have that fear that we have to face, we have those 2 options, whether to trust ourselves or trust the people, the places, God's own work in our lives today. And then whenever we do, we kind of have to trust, which is my 3rd point, that God's idea is a little bit better than our idea of what it's going to be. I could have trusted myself and thought, oh yeah, this getting halfway up the pool is exactly where I need to be. That's good. But if I would have done that, I wouldn't have had that memory of being able to conquer that fear. So I had to trust that the person's idea, the person who God sent into my life in that moment, I had to trust that their idea of where I needed to be was better than my own. Their idea of what I could achieve was better than my own. And that's kind of what we have to do with God, is whenever we have to face those fears, we have to trust that God's going to take care of us through the entire process. It may look a little different than we would think. It may look a little bit different than we would want even, but we have to trust that God's idea, God's process is better than our own. So that's kind of the recap of the week of what we talked about with Psalm 3. There's a couple things I want to throw out there for you on the calendar. So this Sunday, we've of course got Sunday school. We're back to normal with middle school and high school Sunday school. So we will have middle schoolers in the gym, middle school boys in the gym, middle school girls in the classroom right behind the youth room, and then high schoolers, of course, in the youth room. On Monday, we have Youth Hope. We're working on trying to get like a carpool situation set up for that. I got to talk to them about that a little bit. We'll keep working on that. But we got that from 4-ish to 6 on Mondays. Then on Wednesday, we've got, of course, youth group and confirmation back to normal. So 6 to 7 will be confirmation per the usual, and then 7 to 8:30 is youth group. So then on Sunday, we've got the October youth events. So we'll be doing the fall cleanup there. I got a couple houses we're going to go swing by, do a little bit of work on and help with a little bit. And then immediately after that is the trunk or treat, here at the church. So if you've got any interest in doing that, please reach out and we'll help connect you with the right folks. Outside of that, there's a couple of things that I wanted to throw out there. One particularly for middle schoolers, one for high schoolers. So first, for the middle schoolers, Eric and I have put together a short survey. It's about 10 questions long. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. Just kind of unpack the confirmation retreat. Now, we really are looking at potentially shifting timing, topic, a bunch of stuff about that retreat. So if you would be willing to take the time to fill out that short survey so that we can kind of have a better informed decision whenever we make that decision, it will kind of help us shape what we end up doing. And then also for high schoolers, NYG registration, or current 8th graders, NYG LCMS Youth Gathering registration is open. We're going to kind of cap that on the 23rd of October. That's kind of when I'm going to say, okay, this is when I'm going to put the first group in. People can still register after that, but the price hikes up to $425, and that difference is not covered by the church. So just keep that in mind whenever you're getting all that figured out. October 23rd is that day that we're going to kind of try and say, okay, this is when we're going to get all our information put together, because that gives me time to kind of compile everything, make sure everything's organized, and then we'll decorate the envelope on the 30th, I believe. So if you have any questions about that, about NYG, what it costs, how to pay for it, all that kind of stuff, please feel free to reach out. By no means do we want cost to be the difference between somebody coming and somebody not coming. So if that is an issue, please reach out to me and we'll get it figured out. So yeah, that is the Family Friday for this week. We'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.